I'm here with Chief Football Writer Steve Nicholson after the Rams' 3-3 draw at Millwall, getting confused with last week. Steve, another high-scoring game. What did you make of that one?
Well, it's kind of deja vu for last week as well. I mean, the craziness at Huddersfield carried on here today against Millwall. It was 4-4 at Huddersfield, 3-3 here today. Just saw Steve McLaren in the press conference, and he was having a glass of water. I asked him if he needed something stronger in there, and he said certainly. It's been like that at the moment with Derby. You just don't know what you're going to get from them. I could stand here, and people know what my feelings on mistakes and poor defending. You know, these aren't my types of games, and I don't think they're very good for teams who are chasing promotion. But I could stand here and I could rip into them. I could criticise them for sloppy goals conceded, some awful play, some strange shape, all of these for the mistakes. But you know, this time I'm not going to do that, because this team could easily have been out of even the chase of the playoffs at this stage of the season. That's how bad the recent run has been. 2 wins in 12. They could easily have been out of it. The reason why they're not out of it is because they're clawing, they're fighting, they're showing terrific character, even when things are going against them, as they did at times today. And that character and the fact they can score goals will give them a chance moving forward. And I expect them to make the playoffs, and once in the playoffs they'll be a threat because they can score goals. So yeah, it's easy to bash them, and we have done that in recent weeks, and they've deserved it at times, and today they deserved a bit of a bashing, but at the end of the day the characters come through today and deserve praise for that.
Other results mean that a point against Reading next weekend would be enough to get Derby in the playoffs, and obviously a win would be even better.
Yeah, at the moment, the way they are conceding goals, they're going to struggle to win games. Obviously, if you concede to 7 in the last 2 games like they've done, that makes it a problem. I mean, today, you know, they were 2-0 down. Poor goals. Lee Grant mistake on the first one, and Craig Forsyth failed to clear it off the line. Second one, Jeff Hendrick got caught in midfield. Very harsh decision for handball against Richard Keogh, who slid in to block the shot. So that was a harsh decision. Pulled the goal back through Tom Ince, good free kick. Went 3-1 down to another penalty given against Jeff Hendrick. From where I was, it looked a penalty, but we'll wait and see. I've not seen a replay of that. So 3-1 down, and then they got their own penalty, which substitute Chris Martin converted at 3-2, and then Jeff Hendrick scores a wonderful goal. Didn't have the greatest of games, Jeff, but that was a stunning equaliser. So yeah, they find it difficult to win games. Next week, if they win the game, they're in the playoffs, you know, for the second successive season, which is a great achievement. They're 2 points ahead of Brentford and Wolves, who are just outside the playoffs. The game against Reading, then, they basically need a point, but it would be nice to go into the playoffs on the back of a win, and if they can do that, it would be a real lift.
You've just spoken to Steve McLaren after the game. I know you always ask him about injuries and such like. What's the news on that front?
Yeah, I think he gets fed up with me asking him about injuries, because he seems to add 1 or 2 to the list every time I ask him. First of all, Chris Martin came on the pitch second half, which is a boost. They need him fit for Reading, and then hopefully the playoffs. But Steve McLaren said this was his only fit 18 available today, so they're really scratching for numbers. I asked him about the possibility of George Thorne and Jake Buxton for next week's game against Reading, and unfortunately he said no chance, so we don't expect to see them. If they do get in the playoffs, the fitness of Thorne and Buxton, you know, how fit will they be? They've both been out a long time again, so there must be doubts there as well. So Chris Martin backs a boost. Hopefully Darren Bent will be back next week. He missed today's game through illness, so that'll be a boost as well. As I say, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to see Thorne or Buxton next week.